What's up everybody, CPA, welcome back to yet another video. So in this video we are going to learn about what is UI design, what is UX design, and what is the difference between UI and UX. UI design and UX design are two of the most often confused and conflicted terms in the web and app design, and understandably so. They are usually placed together in a single term, like UI UX design, and the view from surface they seems to be describing the same thing. It's often hard to find the solid description of the two that descend too far into jargon. But fear not. By the end of this video, you will have a good understanding of what differentiates them and how they relate to each other. So let's dive in. So first thing we are going to discuss is that what is UI design. The UI in UI design stands for user interface. The user interface is the graphical layout of an application. It consists of the button user click on, the text they read, the image, slider, text entry field, and all of the rest of the item user interacts with. This includes screen layout, transition, interface animation, and every single micro interaction must all be designed. This job falls to UI designer. They decide what application is going to look like. They have to choose color scheme, button shape, the width of the lines, and the fonts used for text. UI designers create the look and the feel of an application's user interface. UI designers are graphic designers. They are concerned with aesthetics. It's up to them to make sure the application interface is attractive, visually stimulating, and tempted appropriately to match the purpose. And they need to make sure every single visual element feel united both aesthetic and in purpose. So the next thing is, what is UX design? UX stands for user experience. A user experience of the app is determined by how they interact with it. Is the experience smooth or intuitive or chunky or confusing? Does navigating the app feel logical or does it feel confusing? Does interacting with app give people to sense they're efficiently accomplishing the task they set or to achieve, or does it feel like a struggle? User experience is determined by how easy or difficult it is to interact with the user interface element that the UI designer have created. So UX designer are also concerned with application user interface, and this is why people get confused about difference between the two. But whereas UI designer are tasked with deciding how the user interface will look, UX designer are in the charge of determining how the user interface operates. They determine the structure of the interface and the functionality, how it is organized and how all the parts relate to one another. In short, they design how the interface works. If it works well and feels seamless, the user will have good experience. But if navigation is complicated, then a lousy user experience is likely. UX designers work to avoid the second scenario. There are also certain amount of interactive analysis involved in UX design. UX designers will create wireframe rendering of their interface interaction and get user feedback. They will integrate this into their design. It is important for UX designer to have a holistic understanding of how user prefers to interact with their application. So how they work together. So UX design decide how the user interface works while the UI designer decide how the user interface looks. This is a very collaborative process and the two design teams tend to work closely together. As the UX team is working out the flow of the app, how all the buttons navigating you through your task, and how the interface efficiently serves up to information user needs. The UI team is working on how all these interface element will appear on the screen. Let's say at some points in the design process, it decided that extra buttons need to be added to a given screen. This will change how the buttons will need to organize and could require changing their shape and size. The UX team would determine the best way to lay out the button while the UI teams adapt their design to fit the new layout. Constant communication and collaboration between UI UX designer help to assure that the final user interface look as good as it can, while also operating efficiently and intuitively. There are some research keys like research is vital for both UI and UX designer. It's important for both discipline to gather as much good information as possible to assist them in crafting appropriate design, and both follows a similar approach. Both will research what user wants, what they expect from application of the sort of being developed. This research is often interactive, involves usability session, where real user will interact with scaled version of certain functionality or visual design being tested on determine whether the design are moving down the proper path. Feedback is integrated with each interaction. This process involves gathering low fidelity prototypes like wireframes rendering of the interface element in order to gauge a user response strictly to functionality being tested. This can also involve fast visual prototype of different possible versions of the look and feel of the interface to determine which one user prefers. In all cases, research helps guide to step designer take as they build their contribution. However, the information UI and UX designer are looking for is very different. So this is all about what is UI design, what is UX design, and what is the difference between them. And we also discussed some research keys. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. What's up everybody, CP, welcome back to yet another video. In this video we are going to learn about web version of Figma and also how to download Figma for your PC. So as you can see, I opened the Figma browser version. Just go to your favorite browser and type figma.com like this, and after hitting enter, this page will be open. So as you can see, this page looks really cool. It already has some animation on this front page, also some, I think these are the reviews. Let's see one by one. So at the top we have this logo. After that we have product. In products we have design, prototyping, design system, and downloads. From here we are gonna download our software. We will download Figma later. So let's see what is in the enterprise. In enterprise we have overview, customers, and contact sales. If you click on pricing, there will be like 3 options. We are going to use free version, and if you want to buy the professional version or organized version, you can do that, but I will suggest you to use free version. Let's say the community tab. In community tab we have file and templates and plugins, and we also have some options like event and live stream, best practices, education program, and user groups. So we are interested in file and templates. In file and templates we have 1000 plus templates we can use in our project. We also have plugins, so I will show you how to use plugins in our project in future videos. In company, I think they have blogs, career, our story, and help center. If you need any help, you can contact from here. I know you are new here, so click on sign up button, and you can connect your Google account with it, and you can also use email and password for creating new account on Figma, but I will suggest you to use Google account, because if you add your email and password, you have to remember password. So if you connect with your Google account, you don't have to remember the password of Figma. And if you click on sign up button, and it will show you your Google account, and you can tap into it and just connect with it. So I'm not going to do that because I already have the Figma account. So I will just log in with my Google account because it is really simple. Okay, this is my account. After logging into or sign up into Figma, this is the dashboard you are going to see. So in this dashboard we have some recent drafts, community, and your project and your team, your profile, and you can also see these options from here. So we are going to look those things in the next video. So I think I have to log out to show you how to download Figma. So let's go into product and just download. Okay, after clicking on download, this page will be pop up. You can see you can download Figma for macOS or Windows. You can use your Apple or Android device for the preview, and we also have font installers, but we are interested in desktop apps. So I am currently using Windows, so I am going to click on Windows. If you are using Mac, then click on the Mac OS. So I already installed the Figma software, so I don't have to download it again. So you have to just click on the save button. It is going to download for you. So that's it for today's video, and I will show you more things in next video. So stay tuned for that. That's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about dashboard of Figma. So when you install the software, you can see the interface is going to look like this. If you log into Figma web version, then also the interface is same. After installing, when you log in into Figma, then the interface is look like this. Right now we are in recent tab. In recent tab we have some files from Figma like prototyping in Figma, Figma Basic, wireframing, and some colors. You can choose for your team. But you are working for yourself, then you don't have to create any team. As you can see, I also created one project. This project is about web design. So the next option is drafts. In drafts, we have non-projects files. If you let's click on this project one, and if you want to move this file into project, you can do that. Okay, the project is open now. So what you have to do is that just click on this down arrow button and this menu will be pop up, and from here you can move this file to project. And you can also search your project from here, or if you want to create a new project, you can also click on it, new project, and move. So it is showing your project is moved. So this is now project file. Now if you go into home, and you can see the file is not in the drafts now. The file is in first project. You can see here. So the next option is community. Community is one of the biggest feature of Figma. From here you can download plugins, FigJam, design system, wireframes, illustration, icon, topography, and much more. As you can see, we have already created templates. We can use these templates in our project. So let's take this one. So you can see this web page. So this is the web page for the e-learning platform. And if you want to know more about this web page, you can click on it and it will show you some more things about this web page. And you can also know who is the creator of it. You can also follow them from here. If you want to comment, you can also do that from here. So for now, we are gonna duplicate it, and we can also like it from here and just click on the duplicate. After duplicating file, then you can see the project is open in the drafts. But if you want to move this project to your project, you can just click on to move project and select your project. Like I'm not created any project here, but if I click on the first, and it is gonna move into first project. If you want, you can also edit this page, but for now we are gonna learn about more things. So I'm gonna close in this tab. So let's go to home again. So if you are new here and you want to create a new project, you can go into first project and click on this plus button and just click on the design file. As you can see, it is untitled, but if you want to rename it, you can also rename it from here. Let's say it is an app. So I'm gonna type app, enter. So let's create the frame and just choose anyone like iPhone, and we can add elements from here like a line, or if you want to add another shape like triangle or ellipse, polygon. Okay, you can do the all kind of stuff here, but currently let's look at the interface. And you can see the project you created, it is in project section, it is not in the drafts. And if you want to delete this file, just right click on it and just delete it. And if you are working with your team, you can just click on the create a new team, add the team name, and just click on the create a team. But currently we are just working solo, so we are not going to create any team. Let's close this page. So there are more options, like there is this notification button. You will get your all the notification here, and this is the profile. From here you can access like plugins. Currently I installed this photo plugin, and if I want to uninstall it, I can just click on this button and it is gonna uninstall for me. And you can also download as many as plugins from the community. And in community I have my name, email ID, profile picture, and all that stuff. In my accounts I also have the same name, email ID, libraries and connected apps and all that. If you want to add more account, you can also add them from here. And you can, if you want to log out after completing your project, you can also log it from here. And I think that's it. That's all about the Figma dashboard or the interface. So in the next video we are going to learn about Figma tools and more. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about how to import files like Figma files, sketch files, and templates. So as you can see, I have this theme. Let's go into it. And I already created some files in it. So I'm not going to need this one. So I'm going to delete this one. For importing file, go to new. And you can see we have import button. So click on it. And I have Figma project. And you can see the extension is Fig. So click on it and now click on open. So it will take some time. Our file is imported successfully. Done. So if I go into project, so you can see this project is open now. So I can make changes if I want. And in page 1 we have like 4 frames, and the first 2 frames are web pages, and these 2 frames for the app, and this is also web page. If you want to make some changes, you can also make it from here. So that's how to import project from local file. Let's say if you want to download templates, so you can just type into Google download Figma templates. So I found this website really helpful, figmacrush.com. So in this website we have lots of projects. So you can just click on it and download it from here. And the next website is let's say this is the figmatemplate.com. In this website we have lots of template, and all these templates are free to use. So you can download it and you can make changes in it, and you can also take inspiration from this project if you're not getting any idea how to make your next project. So I downloaded this project from here. Let's say if you want to import sketch file, you can also do that. And for resources for the sketch file, you can use this website called sketchapp.sources. So in this website we have lots of resources like free templates, and you can say wireframe, ISO kit, also for the Android icons and all that. So let's download this one, and it is downloading in zip file. I already downloaded this one, so you can see here. So I'm not going to download this one. And you can see this exercise file we downloaded and extracted. Click on it. You can see the sketch file. Go to Figma, click on new and import. So currently it is saying team file limit is reached, so I have to delete something. So I'm going to delete this one. Again, click on new, import, and this is the sketch file, and click on open. So our file is importing. You can see the name, it is exercise app concept, and the file is imported successfully. So done. So click on it. So after opening file, you can see the app looks like this. So it is telling me the following fonts are not available, so we can replace them with any other fonts. So that's the problem with sketch file. So we have to add those fonts again. Let's go to home and delete this one because I have to show you something. And let's go to drafts. I created this online food order APK UI. Let's say I want to move this project to my imaginary project. So you can see we have options like move to project. So if I click on this, and if we get options like drafts, and this is my team, and if you want to create a new team, you can also do it from here. So currently I want to move in a imaginary programmers team. So I'm going to click this one and move. I think it's moved now. So let's go to first project, and we can see our project is here. So that's how you can import Figma file, sketch file, and download those templates. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. What's up everybody, Sibi here. Welcome back to yet another video. In this video we are going to learn about tools. Let's create a new project. Let's click on the new, and you can see the options like design file, Figma jump file, import, and browse templates. You can see from here you can choose templates like for iPhone 11 Pro Max, or you can choose another smartphones. Or if you want to make a web page, you can also choose a desktop, or you can also choose 16:9 slide. And if you want, you can also choose from here this pre-made templates. We also have preset, design system, presentation, and wireframe. And if you click on this see more community, then it will redirect you to the community section. and it also has a Figma Jam templates. Currently it is beta version, so we are interested in the blank space, and you can see here it is currently in Imaginary Programmer Teams and first project, and you can see it is a first project. So we need a blank screen, so I'm gonna go with design file. After creating new file, then interface is gonna look like this. And if you want to rename it, you can just click on this drop down menu and you can just rename it from here. You can also move to project, delete, duplicate and export, and you can also view the version history. So for now I'm gonna just rename it. Let's rename it into tools. Okay, and as you can see there is a Figma logo on the left hand side, and if I click on this menu, then you can see the options. From this quick section option you can search anything. Like I want to search like polygon, I can directly use, and you can just draw the polygon like this. But let's look to the more options, and from here you can also go to file, edit, view, object, vector, text, arrange, plugins. Currently I installed only one plugin, that is photos, and we can also, and there is a more options like integration, preference, libraries, and you can also see the help and account. If you're using web version of Figma, then option could be different. Not all the options, some options like in this section it will have get desktop app. Okay, this is the move tool. From here you can move your vectors, object, images and all that, and there is also scale options. Okay, the next one is frame. As you can see in frame the shortcut is F. If you press F on the keyboard, then it has some templates like phone, tablet, desktop, presentation, watch, paper, social media and Figma community. But if you want to create like web page, then you can choose these options like desktop, MacBook, MacBook Pro, Surface Book and iMac. Most of the time I choose MacBook Pro, so let's click on it. Then the template is on the screen, and in frame we also have a slice option. I think slice tool is not used that much, so I'm gonna skip this. Okay, in the next section we have like shapes like rectangle, line, arrows, ellipse, polygon, star, and if you want to place image from your local media, you can also do that. And let's choose the rectangle. You can just drag it on the frame and you can see the rectangle is created. But if you want to draw square, the perfect square, then you have to hold shift on the keyboard like this. Then you can see the square is drawn on the frame like this. But if I remove my finger from the shape, then you can see the shape is changed now, and it is happened with all the shapes. Like I want to create a circle, then you can see I choose the ellipse and I'm dragging this, and I'm dragging the circle on the screen, but it is not the circle, it is the oval. So I want to create into the circle, so I'm gonna hold shift on the keyboard. So as you can see, it is now circle like this. And here is a like really cool trick. You can see there is a 4 dots on the each side, and if I drag it inside, you can create a circle like this. And if you want to create an icon, then you can like use this option to make your sharp edges into rounded corner. I think I already show you how to use these things in previous video, but I think I not show you how to duplicate the item. Like if you want to duplicate this circle, just click on it and hold Alt on your keyboard and just drag it whenever you want like this and leave it. And you can also change it into another shape, or if you want to make this circle into small, you can just hold shift and drag it down like this. Let's make it small and let's place it here. It could be our logo like this. Okay, the next option is pen. From pen you can make shapes, random shapes like this. You can also make waves from it, like let's say like this. Let's join it together. Okay, like this you can see If you want, you can also add color in it. Just click on the fill and this plus button, and you can see, and the color is added and the color is gray. And if you want to make some changes, then you can choose move, or you can just press V on your keyboard and just go on this red dot, and you can just drag it like this, then shape is going to change. Okay, like this. If you want to change this gray color into another color, then you have to just press this gray icon and just move and just drag it on this color section. You can also use gradient if you want. You can see the color is changed now on the frame like this. Okay, the next option is pencil. From here you can just draw like anything like this. And the next option is text. Let's add some text on the screen like this. Okay, let's type anything like random words. Okay, the size of font, it is very small, so if you want to make it bigger, just select the font using Ctrl A, and you can go to this text section and change the font size into like up to, I'm gonna keep it up to 48. So you can see the font size is increased now. And you can also change the type of font like this. My favorite font is VCR, so I'm going to choose this one, and you can see the font is changed now like this. If you want, you can also add strokes, effects, and all that. And the next tool is hand tool. Let's say if you have more than one frame, let's duplicate this frame, press Alt and move it. Like this. And currently, if you are working on like a first frame and you want to move one frame to another, you can use this slide bar to move one frame to another frame, but it is not that effective. But if you have lots of frame, like 3 or 4 frame, you can just use hand tool, and the shortcut for the hand tool is H. And you can see the hand is on the frame, and just you can just drag it like this on the second frame, on the first frame, like this. And the next tool is comment. Let's say you are working on the brick project and you want to add comment on the like frame, like this is the logo, so you can tell your teammates like this is the logo, do not change, like this. Okay, I made lots of spelling mistakes. Then your teammates will know that this is the logo, so we don't have to make any changes. So your another partner or teammate can reply to this message like okay, and just click on the reply. Okay, but you can see when I go into move tool, then it is gonna be invisible. But if I go into comment again, then it is visible now. And you can see this is the logo, do not change, and your teammate said okay. Those are all the tools in the Figma you can use to make any project like this one. We made like really weird project on screen. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome. In this video, we are going to learn about how to make layers, pages, and components. So this is the project from previous video. So as you can see, we have 2 layers, that is MacBook Pro 2 and MacBook Pro 1. And inside it has like vectors, ellipse, circles, and all that, also the text. And if you want to create a new page, like a blank page, I'm going to just click on this plus button. And if you want to rename it, you can just rename it whatever you want. For now, I'm going to choose page 2, press enter, and you can see the space is completely empty now. But if I want this frame to move from page 1 to page 2, or I just want to copy, you can just press Ctrl C and just go to page 2 and press Ctrl V. And you can see our frame from page 1, it is now into frame 2, and we just copied one frame. Let's say if you want to copy all the things from page 1 to page 2, go to page 1 and select all the frames by using Ctrl A or Command A on the Mac and Ctrl C for copy. Now go to page 2 and press Ctrl V, and you can see all the things from page 1, it is now on page 2. So it is about the pages, and you can see these are the layers, the MacBook Pro 2 and Pro 1. So these are the layers. And let's say I have this circle, but it is a logo and I want to use it again and again. I can make this logo into component, like select this circle, go to top of the bar menu, and you can see this middle icon, that is create a component, and the shortcut is Ctrl Alt K, and click on it. And if we go into assets, you can see the MacBook Pro 1 and the component is ellipse 2, like this. And if you want to use this, you can just drag it on the screen like this. It is going to help when you are working with lots of frames or big project. So those are all the things about layers, pages and assets. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. What's up everybody, Sipi, welcome back to yet another video. In this video we are going to learn about components. In previous video we learned about how to create components and how to use them, but in this video we are going to learn about more on components, like what kind of things you can do with the components. Let's say you are designing an app, a browser app, and you have multiple pages like this, and you have icons like this, and you have to use these icons on this both top page. Like let's say I want to add this YouTube icon, so I'm going to just select it and let's move it on this frame like this. Let's add this both of these icons, and we also want these same icons on the next page. Let's duplicate it using Alt, or on Mac it is Option key, like this. But I want to change the color of this icon, like YouTube icon. So I'm gonna go into fill and let's change it into the red. Okay, the color is changed now. You can see the red color, but at the same time I also want to like change the color of this icon also, but I have to do it again. So in this case the components is gonna help us. Let's move these icons on this blank space, also this one, and select the icon. And I already told you how to create a component, so go on the top bar menu, select this diamond button and click on it, and you now have a component. So how will you know this is a component or not? So if you zoom on this, you can see the little diamond icon on it, and also it is written over here, this is the component, and this is also called as a master component or parent component. So if you go into asset panel, then you can see our YouTube logo. It is now component. You can just drag it like this and place it on wherever you want, like this. So let's make this Instagram also a component, and this PayPal icon. So, and this, let's make this also the component, the plus button. So these are the components. Now we can just drag it like this, place it wherever you want, like this. So what I want to do is that let's place this icon also on the next frame, press Alt and drag it on the next frame like this. This is the master component and these are the children component. And what I want to do is that I want to change the color of this and this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this master component and go into this design panel and click on this selection color. So currently it is black color and I want to change it into like red. So I'm going to just drag this button on the red, and you can see the master component color is changed, and also the child component color is also changed on the frame 1 and also on the frame 2. So because of this, you don't have to change the color again and again on the different frames. Let's make the navigation panel, and we can just add all the elements on it, and we are going to create that navigation panel into components, so we don't have to like drag it on the second panel again and again. So let's create a navigation panel. Let's choose a rectangle. You can press R for the shortcut. Okay, let's create simple navigation panel like this. So we created this navigation bar. So you can see in the layer section, in the first frame, iPhone 11 Pro Max 1, the rectangle is on the top. So if I drag this YouTube icon on this bar, then it is not going to display. You can see here. So if I move this rectangle on the downside like this at the end of the frame, and if I drag this YouTube icon again on the navigation panel, and you can see the logo is visible now. So let's drag this icon one by one. Okay, the navigation panel is created. So let's select this, and you can press on the component button to create component. So now this is the component, and you can see the component in the asset panel inside iPhone 11 Pro Max 1. Let's say if I move this outside of this frame, so it is now a universal component, and you can just drag it on the frame like this. You can adjust it. So these components and these components are totally different. We made this on the navigation panel, then after we created a component, so these are the different. If I delete this one, you can see the master component from the asset panel is deleted now, but not from this navigation panel. So that's kind of stuff you can do with a component. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about one of the most important panels, that is design panel. So let's open this project. So if I click on this desktop one, so we can see design panel, and you can see the X and Y position, width, height, angle, and if you want to make the corners round, you can also change them from here. If you want to add auto layout, you can do that from here. But if I click on this, you can see the interface is kind of messed up out here. So I'm not going to do that. So press Ctrl Z to undo things. Okay, it is normal now. And if you want to add grids or column, you can do it from here. Currently it is in grid, so let's choose column, and you can set the how much column do you want. Like currently it is by default it is 5, so mostly in industry they use 12, so we are going to set 12. So you can see we can adjust this text like this according to these columns, so it will look more better. Okay, and we have options like layer, fill, selection, color, stroke, effects, and export. So let's look one by one. So let's remove this grid first. Okay, so if I click on this logo, you can see the X and Y position is here. So if I want to change like a position of X, I can change it from here. Like currently it is 122, so I can give it values like 100. So you can see it is changed now. And if you want, you can manually move this like this. You can also change the width and height of it. Like currently the width of it is like 96, and let's change it to like 105. You can see it is kind of stretched. The width is stretched, and let's stretch the height also. So you can see it looks really weird. So let's make it normal. Okay, so from this option we can make like constant proportions. So let's say if I change this into like 200, so width is automatically going to adjust according to height. Let's take it another example. Let's say I'm going to make it up to 250. So you can see the width is changed according to height. So let's make it normal. Ctrl Z. Okay, so if you want to change the angle of this logo, you can do it from here. Let's say 45. You can see the angle is changed now. So if I move my mouse towards the logo, and you can see, so my cursor is changed, so I can just move it like manually. or we can just go here and type 0. And if you want to like make edges round, so it is already round, so I'm not going to do that. So let's say if you have a square like this, and you want to change these sharp corners into like round, so from here you can make that happen. Let's say, let's give value up to 50, and you can see our sharp corners are changed into round. So from constraint we can pin our logos and navigation buttons. For example, if I click on my logo and let's go to constraints. Okay, so currently it is in left and top. So if I change into like right and bottom, and if I resize my, let's say this frame, you can see the logo is moved out from that frame. So what I want to do is that when I resize this page, the logo has to stay here. So I want to pin this logo at this position. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to into constraint, and the position for this is left and it has to be on top. So let's say if I select this frame again and resize it, you can see it is pinned now. And you can do the same thing with this home, contact and about. Let's say I want to pin a home, contact and about, but I want to do it at the same time, not again and again. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click home and hold shift, click on contact and click on about. So this home, contact, about are selected. So I want to pin at this position. So I'm going to go into constraints, and currently it is in right side. So I'm going to choose right, and the position should be top. And if I click on this frame and let's resize it, so you can see it is pinned. So that's how you can use constraint. So next thing is layers. So from layers you can choose different blend modes like darker, multiply, color burn, like that. So currently I selected this square. Let's say I want to change it is into multiply. So I'm going to click on multiply. So you can see the effect. It is become transparent, and it also has the color gray. So if you want to change the color, you can also change it from here, but currently I'm going to leave as it is. So my favorite one is like this exclusion. You can see the magic. So this become like a negative film. For now let's choose multiply. If you want to use another options like light, screen, color dodge, you can use it. Just play with it. Okay, so if you want, you can also decrease or increase the web opacity. So currently it is 100%, so I'm gonna decrease up to like 60. So you can see it is become little bit transparent. So let's if you want to hide, you can just click on this I button. It is gonna hide automatically. So let's make it normal up to 100% like this. So let's change the color. Okay, you can see we can change the color like this. So let's choose the color, this one. Okay, so from here you can also if you want, you can also add the hex code and paste it here, and we can also decrease or increase the opacity like 50%. Or if you want to hide, you can hide like this. And let's say you don't want color, you can just press on this minus button and it is going to remove. So let's undo this. So the next one is stroke. So from stroke you can add stroke. So you can see when I click on the stroke, it already added the stroke that is black. So I want to change it like into another color. So I can just click on this black box that is color, and I can just drag it on the color palette wherever I want. So let's choose this let's say this red one. Okay, you can see the border is red. And if you want to add like gradient color, so you can just go to this red box, and from here you can choose linear. So you can add two colors. So currently it is red, so I'm going to add the second color. It's like let's add Okay, gray one. So you can see the hub become the red and the hub become gray. So let's make it solid for now. Okay, you can also increase or decrease the opacity. You can also add the hex code, and you can also choose different formats of colors like RGB, CSS, HSL, HSB. So if you want to increase the stroke, you can just add the number, like let's add the 5, and you can see the stroke is increased by 5. And let's say if you want to stroke should be in center, you can choose center, and you can also do it for outside like this. So from these 3 buttons you will get more options like advanced strokes, like stroke style should be solid or dash. So currently by default it is solid, so I'm going to choose dash. So you can see it become dashed now. So if you want to add how much dash and how much gap you want, you can add it from here. So by default I think it is 10, so let's make it up to 15. Okay, and what should be dash gap? So by default it is like set into none. So if you want, you can make square or round like this. So dash gap become round. So you can adjust the join, like this is a milter, bevel, and I think this one is the round. So you can also adjust the milter angle from here. So I'm gonna leave as it is because it looks really cool. Not for this project, but only this square looks cool. So that's how you can add strokes in shapes and objects. So let's choose the effect. So from effect you can add, let's add the effect on this imaginary programmer text. So I chosen this text, and the effect is background blur currently. Let's remove this one and add new effect, that is drop shadow. And you can see this text is kind of levitating. So if I want, I can also adjust the how much shadow I want. So currently it is like Y is 4 and blur is 4. So let's increase the Y. Let's increase too much. So you can see the shadow. So let's change the position of X 40. So you will get that cool drop shadow effect. So but this is too much, so I'm gonna make it up to like, let's see, 5, and the X should be 0. Now it looks really cool. So if you want, you can like change the colors, like effect color. For now I'm gonna leave as it is because it looks really cool. So you can also adjust the like how much opacity you want from here. And if you want, you can also choose different blend modes like multiply, darken, color blend, soft light, and all that. Let's choose multiply. Okay, it looks, I think, normal. Let's say if I click on another element, like let's say I click on this frame, then all the design options like frame, layers, fill will be different for that element. Same for this element, for all the things. I think I forgot to tell you about more on effects, so I'm going to just delete this square and let's add another square. Okay, like this. So if I go into effects, so currently I'm getting options like drop shadow. So if you want, you can also choose like options like inner shadow, layer blur, and background blur. So let's see one by one. Let's choose inner shadow. So we can see the inner shadow is added. You can see here. If you want, you can also increase the blur, like let's add the blur up to like 20 and the Y up to like 20. So now you can see the inner shadow of it. So let's choose it again, the square, and let's make it layer blur. So you can see the layer blur effect is added on it. We can also like add background blur on it like this. So those all things you can do with effects. Let's say I have this frame desktop 3 and I want to add like one image on the background of it. Let's add this pizza image. drag it and drop this on the frame like this. Okay, I think it is kind of like really messed up, so let's choose the desktop tree, and you can see the image is on the top. So what I want to do is that I want to see all the options, like all the shapes, text and all that. So I'm gonna move this at the bottom, so we can see all the options. So let's decrease the opacity of it. You can see on the design panel image, and the opacity is 100 currently, so we are going to choose up to 20%. Then our navigation buttons and all the things on this frame will become visible. If you want, you can also choose the different blend modes like multiply, color burn, exclusion, difference and all that. So I'm gonna leave as it is currently, pass through. And if you click on this image, then you will get this menu like exposure, constant, saturation, temperature, tint, highlights and shadow. And you can adjust your image from here, like let's make like this. So it is totally depends on you. So I'm just like messing with it. So if you are working on the like really cool project, so let's make sure your settings should be perfect. So that's kind of thing you can do with a design panel. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are gonna learn about text. So as you can see, I have this frame called desktop 1, and to access the text we can press T for shortcut. Our cursor is changed into plus icon, and if I click on the frame and type text in it like this. If you want, you can also copy paste your text by using Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. So this is the first method, that is selecting the text and click on the screen, and you will get this cursor and you can type whatever you want like this. And the second method is you can select text and you can draw the dimension according to your project like this. You can type whatever you want in this box. I'm going to just copy paste like this. If you want to adjust this text box, again you can access them by clicking on it and just adjust this according to your project like this. Let's say if you want to like increase the font size of this text, you can select on it and then go to design panel, and you can see the text menu, and from here you can adjust the font, like what kind of font do you want. Currently it is in Roboto, so if you want to change another font, like let's say Poppins, and you can just type in it and click on it, then it is going to change for you. If you want to search for different fonts, you can like search in it. So for now I'm going to leave in the Poppins. So let's increase the size of the font up to like 50. Let's say if you want to change your font regular to bold, you can change it from here. Currently it is in regular. You can go into this menu and you can just select bold, and you can see your text is changed into bold now. If you want, you can also use the shortcut called Ctrl and B to change your normal text into bold to unbold like this. We also get other options like extra line, thin, light, regular, medium, semi bold, extra bold and black, and you can also choose this option if you want. The text is bold now. So as you can see, I have this paragraph, and let's increase the font of it. So select this paragraph, and currently the font size is like 12, so let's make it up to like 30. Okay, the font size is increased, so let's adjust this one. Okay, like this. Let's say I want to align this text at the center, so I can go to this menu. From here I can align my text towards the left, center and right. So currently it is left, so let's align it into center. So you can see our text is aligned into center, and we can also align our text into right by using this button. So I like this, the left one, so I'm going to leave like this. Let's say if you want to add letter spacing, you can do that from here, and currently it is 0%, so I'm gonna increase up to like 5, and you can see our letter spacing is added in this text. And if you want to add like a paragraph spacing, you can add it from here. Currently it is 0, let's add up to like 20, and you can see our paragraph spacing is added over here. You can also adjust this text according to your frame. Currently this is on the top. Let's say I want to adjust this text into middle, so I can choose this option called align middle. So my text will be aligned according to this text, and currently it is in middle. And we can also align according to top and also the bottom like this. Let's choose this one. From this advanced menu, you can choose different options like alignment, decoration, paragraph indent, list style, letter cases. Like if you want to make your cases higher or bigger, you can also do that from here. And you can also see the preview of your text. So let's say I choose this center one, so you can see the preview for it. Currently it is in the left, so let's choose the center, and this is the right one, and this is the justified. And the from decoration, if you want underline to your text, you can add it from here. You can see the underline is added on your text. You can also add strike through in it. Choose this from the decoration menu, and you can see the text is now strike through. And we can also add the paragraph indentation. So currently it is 0. Let's add up to like 20, and you can see the indentation is added in our paragraph. And we can also add the bullet points like dots and the list like this. You can see the dot is added over here, and if I choose the number 1, so you can see 1 and 2 is added over here. Let's say you copy pasted some text from the internet, and the alt text is in like a lowercase, and if you want to increase the alt text into like uppercase, you can change it from here by going from this lettercase menu and press this uppercase button. So you can see alt text is now in the uppercase, and you can also make them into lowercase again. And if you want to change into title case, you can also do it from here by choosing this title case menu. And from this section you can also adjust the numbers, and we get lots of options from here, but we are only interested in these options like alignment, decoration, paragraph indentation, list style, letter case and capital. Let's select this text. Let's add some color in it. So currently it is in solid, so if you want, you can also make them gradient by using this linear. The first color is red, and let's make this color into like a purple like this. And let's increase the opacity up to full, and let's adjust this bar. So you can see the gradient is added on our text. So gradient effect is added on this text. So if you want to increase or decrease the opacity, you can adjust it from here. Let's say I want to like decrease the opacity up to like 50%. So you can see the opacity is decreased. Make it normal 100. And if you want to hide the text, you can like hide it from here like this. And if you want to like remove the effect, you can click minus button. So the text is gone now. So let's press Ctrl Z to undo this thing. And you can also add stroke in it. So if I click on the stroke, you can see the stroke is added on this text. If I zoom on this, you can see the stroke. And we can also change the color of the stroke, and you can also increase or decrease the opacity, and you can also increase the how much stroke do you want. By default it is 1, so let's choose up to 5, and you can see the stroke is now 5. And you can also change the position of your stroke, like currently it is outside, so you can choose inside or center. I think the outside looks cool, so I'm going to choose outside. So let's add some effect. So if I click on this effect, you can see by default the drop shadow effect is applied on it. You can see a little bit drop shadow on this text. If you want to make some changes, you can do it from here, like currently Y is 4. If you want to adjust this Y or X position of that drop shadow, you can do it from here. So currently Y is 4, so let's choose up to like 10. The drop shadow is adjusted according to the Y position, that is 10. And you can also adjust the opacity from here. By default it's 25, and I think it looks cool, so I'm gonna leave as it is. And we can also add other effects like inner shadow, layer blur and background blur. Currently I'm going to choose drop shadow. So those are all the options we get with the text. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about image. So let's create a rectangle, a simple rectangle like this, and currently it is filled with gray color. So it is solid now, but I want to replace this solid with the image. So I'm gonna click on this drop down menu, and I'm gonna choose this image, and you can see we get this pattern like chessboard. So from here you can choose a image. So if I click on this, it will redirect to my folder. So from here I can choose a different images. So let's say I will choose this one. So this is the image from a Squid Game. Currently it is very popular in all over the world. If you want to watch this series, you can watch it on the Netflix. So you can see the by default it is in fill. So what is fill? So let's say where I have this shape, and when I resize it, you can see image is adjusting according to this shape. Next one is fit. So what fit does is that let's say when I like resize my container, then you can see the shape of image is not changing. Only the shape of container is changing. So this is how you can use a fit. The next one is crop. So from crop you can crop your image like other softwares like Photoshop and all that, like this. And if I close this, you can see the image is cropped now. And if I go into again this fill, so I can crop this image again like this. Okay, and the next one is title. So what title is does that it will repeat the image according to the shape. You can see here, let's say I resize my container like this, and you can see the image is repeating itself according to the size of that container, like this. It kind of looks cool. You can see the infinite pattern over here. Okay, so those are some options you can play with it. So next option, currently let's set it into fill. Okay, it is filled now. And if you want to rotate this image, you can do it from here, from this rotate button. If I click on this, image will be rotated at 90 degree. And remember one thing, only the image is gonna rotate, not the shape. If I like make a shape like this, if I rotate it again, you can see only the image is rotating, not the shape. If you want to adjust your image, we get options like exposure, contrast, saturation, temperature, tint, highlights, and shadow. If you use the Adobe Lightroom, then you might know all this. So there are like three ways you can import your images on the your project. Okay, let's create a one frame, a desktop frame like this. And if I move this image on the desktop, then you can see the image is placed now, but I have to adjust it manually. So let's create some shapes like ellipse for profile. Let's say you have to like add image in this, so you can do that using place image. You can go into shape and you can choose a option called place image, and you can also use shortcuts like Ctrl Shift K. So I'm going to select this one, place image, and click on open. And you can see image is on my cursor, and if I click on this circle, image is gonna place on that circle, and also the same with this polygon. And if you want to make changes in it, you can select this circle and go to fill, and you can change all the options like crop, title, fit, and all that. Let's say this image profile is kind of a little bit upward, so we can adjust it like this. And the next method is to import your image, is that just drag and drop. Select your image and just drag it on your Figma software like this, and you can play with it. You can adjust it wherever you want like this. So those are all things you can do with images. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about Boolean operations. So what are Boolean operations? From Boolean operation you can create customized shape. Like if you want to design a logo, you can do that using Boolean operations. Let's choose some shapes like ellipse, and let's take another ellipse like this, and select both of them using shift. So you can see on the top bar we have Boolean operations. So the first one is union. Let's say you want to combine two shapes together, so you can select this union selection, and it is now combined. And just let me undo this, Control Z, Okay, they are normal again. Let's say I want to subtract, then I can do it from here. First I need to select both the shapes, then go to Boolean operations and subtract selection, and you can see the subtract operation. Okay, let's undo this one, Control Z. Okay, so the next one is interaction section. So you can see in intersection only the middle section is remaining and all things are gone now. You can see this interaction section is only remaining. So the next one is exclude section. In exclude, only the interaction section will be cut off and all the things are gonna remain as it is. So let's click on the exclude section. You can see only this thing is cut out. So you just need to play with it. You can add more shapes, like let's say rectangle, like this, and let's select all of them, and let's choose exclude section, and you can see the Boolean option is performed on these three shapes. Just play with it. You can make customized shape. If you want to make a logo, you can also do it from here. It is kind of logo, so you can just place it on the top left side like this. So that's how you can make customized shape using Boolean operations. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about how to align things in Figma. So as you can see, I have this project open. It is called Lato Photo. So as you can see, I have this login page. Let's say these icons are quite messed up like this, and you want to align them together like this. So in this video we are going to use these alignment buttons. To select multiple things in Figma, you have to hold shift. So click on the Twitter button and hold shift, then click on Facebook and then Google. So you can see the multiple things are selected now. So now go into design panel. So currently these three logos are not aligned vertically, so we are going to align them according to vertically. So we have special button for it. So you can see this is the align vertical button. So if I click on this, you can see our logo is aligned vertically. But there is a problem, and the problem is that you can see the spacing is not matching over here. So we have to add those spaces. So we can add spaces using this advanced menu. So we have options like in the more option, like tiled up, distribution vertical spacing, and distribute horizontal spacing. So we are going to select distribute horizontal spacing, and you can see our logos are aligned together, and the spaces is also same in between them. So that's how you can align things in Figma. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about theme library. So what is theme library? If you go into like any of your file, and if you go into asset, you can see the options. You can see this book icon, and if we click on this, this will pop up this menu. So you can see we are currently in libraries, and the current file is untitled. You can see this is the untitled. Like if you want to use these components in many projects, so you can use them, but currently I'm using the free version, and if I click on this, you can see it is telling me it is only for the professional account. It is not for the free account. So there are many other options, like I downloaded this feather icon file from the Figma community, so I can use this. So let's switch on this, and you can see the icons like this, and I can just drag it, so I can use these icons in my projects. And it is also showing me my created theme, that is imaginary programmer. And if I open this, it will just tell me what kind of colors they are used in this imaginary programmer theme. So let's go into home, and let's go into community, and in this icon section we have these bezel icons. Click on it, and if you want to use this all the icons, you can just click on this duplicate button, and it is going to duplicate for you, and then you can use this all the icons from this theme library. And we have to just toggle this option, and we can just drag it on the project or frame like this, and it will also show you what kind of icons we use in this project. Like we use this announcement speaker and also this warning sign. So this kind of thing you can do with a theme library. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about inspect panel. So if I click on this inspect panel, you can see options like code, you can see also the CSS, and if I click on this you can see the options like iOS or Android. And this is the code, and if I click on this is the table. From here you can see this the background color of this project, that is gray. And currently I'm not selected anything, it is in background. If I select this my first frame, that is desktop 1, and you can see options like currently I'm selected desktop 1 frame, and all the properties like width, height, top, left, and the blend, also the color. Currently it is totally white, so the color is, the hex code is FFF for 6 time. And you can see the code part also. Let's say your teammate is a web developer, front-end web developer, and he's working with CSV, so he can just copy these properties and he can just paste it into his code, so he don't have to write anything, like only these properties like height, what is the height, position, width, and the background color. And if I click on this like imaginary programmer text, so it will tell me you can see all the properties like width, height, left, blend also, and what is the text and what is the content. You can see in topography it will say what kind of font I used, height, width, size, length of it, what are the colors I used, like I used the gradient color, the like one is purple and the one is like a lavender color. And in this code chain you can see CSS, iOS, and Android option. And if I click on this iOS button, then you can see we have iOS code, so we can just copy and paste it in our iOS application development code. And it is also same for Android. You can just copy and paste it into development code like this. You can also view the what is the table content for it, like colors and the type of the font, size, height, and all that. What is the X position, what is the Y position. So you can see I use this Monsterate alternates font, and width is 700, style is normal. If I change this into bold, then it will show me this is the bold. So it will also tell me about what is the size of the pixel. Currently it is 60 pixel, what is the line height, and all that. So that's kind of option you will get in the inspection panel. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about prototype. So let's create a frame, and let's create another one. Okay, we have 2 frames now, and you can rename it whatever you want. So select the move tool and rename it like and this one into okay. So let's create a square on this frame. The shortcut is R, and you can just create a square, and you can see the square is on the first frame. So let's copy this square on the second frame like this, and let's make this square into circle by using these dots. Okay, so now go into prototype. In prototype section you have options like background model. This is the gold model of iPhone 11 Pro Max, and this is the device name, and you can switch this mobile into horizontal or vertical position. So let's change the background into white like this. You can see the background change into white. So what I want to do is that when I'm gonna click on this square, then it have to change into this circle. If I click on this square, you can see there is a white dot on the right side of the square, and if I click on this you can see there is a wire like this. And if I move this on the second frame and attach to it, then you can see this interaction panel will be pop up. So from here you can add options like on tab you have to do this action, like if I tap on this, then this square will be changed into this circle. So you can set all the things from here. So for now I'm going to choose on tab and navigate to the circle. We are navigating from this page to this, so we are going to choose navigate, and we are navigating from square to circle. From the first frame is square and the second frame is circle, so that's why it is saying the circle. Most of the time the animation option is in the instance, so we have to choose the smart animation to have that cool effect. And you can also set the time. Currently it is in 300 millisecond. If you want you can change it from here. but for now I'm gonna leave as it is. And now let's click on this play button or present button, and you can see the new window is popped up, and you can also see the background is white. If I click on this smartphone, you can see this is telling me this is the hotkey, and if I click on this square, you can see it is changed into circle. But if I click on the circle again, it is not going to change into square again. So we can make that. Let's go into project again and just click on the circle, and you can see this dot, and you can move this to first frame like this. You can see the interaction panel. For now I'm gonna leave as it is, like all the options like smart animation and on tab, all that. So let's go into project again, and you can see currently it is in a circle. And if I click on this again, and you can see the circle is changed into square now. And if I click this again on the square, you can see that it is changed into circle now. So I have a project, like I made this random project for the demo purpose. You can see this navigation buttons like home, contact, about. So what I want to do is that I want to join this connect button to this page and about navigation to the last page. So you already know what to do. You can pause the video and think about it, how we are gonna do this. So let's do this contact first. Currently I am in prototype panel, so you can see this plus button, and let's drag this into this second panel, second frame, and let's click on this about, and let's join this towards third panel like this. And if I play this, if I click on this frame, then you can see then the hotspot keys are contact and about. And if I click on this contact, then you can see the frame is changed into contact. And let's do it again. So currently on this page we don't have any hotspot keys, so we have to create those things again. We only joined this first page, so we have to do it for the second and third page. So let's do it for the second page. From home we have to go towards home page, and from, so this is the contact page, so we don't have to do anything with this. And let's click on the about and drag it on the third frame like this. And the same for about page. From home button it has to go on to home page, and from contact it has to go on the contact page like this. And if I click on this one of this wire, and you can see the interaction details like on tab, it has to go on the desktop too like this. So for now we are just interacting with these pages, so we don't have to choose any other options like smart animation and all that. But if you want, you can do that, like you can just use move out. You can see this little animation over here. So let's play it again. So as you can see, currently on contact page, and the hotkeys are home and about. And if I click on this home, you can see we are currently on the home page. And let's change into contact. So currently on contact, so let's go on the about frame. And if I click on this contact, you can see this move in effect. So that's how you can prototype your project. For this project I choose this iPad Pro 12.9. you can choose whatever you want, like iPad Pro 11, Surface Pro. You can also choose Apple Watches, and but this is the web page, so that's why I choose this you can say the iPad Pro, because this has a bigger resolution. So I think that's it. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about how to add vertical scrolling and horizontal scrolling. So let's choose a frame. Let's choose iPhone 13 Pro Max. Let's say we are designing app like Instagram, and in that app we have stories. Okay, let's select them all, and let's add stroke. And stroke is gonna be white, and let's make it up to like 3. Okay, now right click on it, go to plugins, and I already told you how to add plugins in Figma. So I think we added plugin called Photos, so click on it. Okay, so from here you can choose different options like animal, people, architecture, interior, city, and all that. But currently we are gonna add currently we are gonna choose random. Let's say there will be a profile picture of people, so I'm gonna choose people, and it is automatically gonna detect those circle and count them all, and gonna add all these images in this circle. You can see like this. So let's close this one. Okay, so image is added now. Let's group them. So right click on it and make it group. Using, you can also use Control G to group them. You can right click on it and you can choose this group selection. Okay, all stories are grouped now. So right click on it again and choose frame selection. And now just drag it on the iPhone 13 frame like this. Sometimes it could be difficult to add the stories inside this frame. So I finally added it after a long struggle. So the stories is added in iPhone 13 Pro Max. So now click on the clip content. Now we selected clip contents. Let's resize this according to this frame. Okay. Okay, like this. Okay, now let's create a field. Okay, I'm gonna use some random dimension for it. So because it is only for demonstration purpose, so that's why I'm going to use this resolution. Okay, I think I selected 6, so select them all, right click on it, go to plugins, click on photos, and in photos you can see we have option called random. Click on it and choose random. So if you want to add manually, you can use option called place image, and you can add images from your local files. Okay, now all the images are added in this field section. Now close this photos. Now right click on it, make a group. You can also use shortcut called Control G. So this thing is group now, and again right click on it and choose frame selection. Okay, so after frame selection, drag this field into our iPhone 13 frame like this. Okay, now click on the clip content. Okay, let's adjust this field section like this. Now go to prototype, and you can see the field section is selected, and currently it is no scrolling. Let's choose vertical scrolling, and for stories choose horizontal scrolling, and let's make this frame a darker, because nowadays the dark mode is quite famous, and I also like to use dark mode. So let's present this one. So you can see the app looks like this. So I think I have some internet issue over here, that's why image is not loading. So if I drag my mouse on the left side, you can see the scrolling is happening over on this smartphone, and also on this field section the scrolling is kind of smooth. If you scroll, you can see looks smooth like this. So that's how you can add vertical scrolling and horizontal scrolling in your app or web page. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about how to use mask. So as you can see on my screen, I have different types of blobs on my screen. On desktop one, and it is colored, but what I want to do is that I want to place the image in this blob. So I can do that. The traditional way to do that is just click on this, and you can go to shapes and you can place image over here, or you can go to fill and choose solid to image. Then it is, and from here you can also choose a image, but you can also use mask to do the same thing. So let's take a image, some random image. Let's take this image and place it over here. Let me adjust the layers over here. Okay, on this second vector, that is our blob, I want to place this image. So let me move it a little bit on the right side, and let me check it once again. we have to move it a little bit on the left side. Okay, so I can now place a image over there. So to do that, select the vector where you want to place your image and select your image, and now group them using Ctrl G. So it is grouped now. So what we have to do is that just go to group. There's a group. We group two things over here. The first one is this image, and second one is our blob. So select the blob, right click on it, click on use as a mask, and you can see the image is inside that blob. If you want, you can also adjust this blob, like let's choose crop and move this image a little bit upwards like this. So this is how you can use mask. I know you might be thinking placing image can be more simpler, like selecting the shape and go to image and choosing a image from your local disk and just placing over here. I know it is very simple, but I also don't use masking that much, so it totally depends on you. If your project required some customization, then you can use this masking technique. So let's place this image on this. Let's place this image on this blob. Placing image is kind of masking, but it is like very simple process. So that's how you can use masking. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about how to export your project in PNG file, JPEG, PDF and SVG. So as you can see, I have this clone of Instagram and I want to export this frame. There are lots of options to export in Figma. So let's look at one by one. The first one is go to Figma file, and you can see we have export button, and currently we selected iPhone 13 Pro Max 2. This is the frame and it is in PNG format, and you can also see the resolution over here. Now click on the export and it will ask you for where you want to store your project. So let's create a folder over here and let's save this project into this folder and click on the save. Let's go to downloads in the export folder, and you can see our project is exported. The second method is just select your frame, go to design panel and go at the end, and you can see we have option of exporting over here, and currently it is 1x, and leave as it is. And if you want to export in different format like in JPEG, SVG or PDF, you can choose these options. Let's say we want to export this into like a JPEG. Click on the JPEG and click on export iPhone 13 Max 2, and you can also see the preview of this app. So click on the export and it is gonna ask you where you want to store. So currently we want to store this into download and export folder. So click on the save and let's go to download, and you can see it is in the JPEG format, and this one is into PNG format, and same with this SVG and PDF. Currently we like exported only single frame, and let's say if you want to export multiple frame, you can go to file and choose export frames to PDF, and your project is gonna be exported into PDF format. So click on the save and let's open this one, and you can see our file is open into Chrome, and this is our frames, 4 frames of our music app. So this is how you can export multiple files in PDF format. Let's say you want to share this project with someone and you want to export this into like Figma file. So go to files again and click on this save a local copy, and it will ask you where you want to store. So we want to store into export folder. Click on this save, and this is our Figma file. And if you want to share with someone with Gmail or WhatsApp, you can share this file directly and they can open this file into their Figma software. So those are all the methods to export your projects. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Welcome back. In this video we are going to learn about how to create mockups in Photoshop. So I want to create mockup of this frame. It is an Instagram clone, but you can't share or like someone's post. Select the frame and go to design panel and search for export. You can see the export is at the end of design panel. So what we want to do is that I want to export this frame into image, that is into PNG format. You can choose different formats like JPEG, SVG, PDF, but I want this into PNG. So I'm going to choose a PNG. And if you want to see a preview, you can also see a preview from here like this one. And now click on the export. So it will export in your local disk. Currently I selected this PC downloads, so it is gonna save into this folder. So let's click on the save. So let's go to downloads. So you can see this is the image is exported in this folder. Let's open your favorite browser and search for free mockups, or you can go to this website called Freepik. In this website you will get lots of mockups for free to use. Search for iPhone mockups and hit enter. And we want this into PSD format, that is Photoshop format. So you can see we can filter out in this category. So we have only one frame, so let's choose a one frame. We can choose this one, or I think this one looks cool, so let's download this one. Select the frame, click on the download and click on free download. After downloading, currently it is in zip format, so you have to extract this folder. You can use softwares like 7-zip or WinRAR to extract that zip folder. Okay, the file is downloaded. Let's extract that file. Right click on it. I have 7-zip, so I'm gonna use 7-zip. Extract to RAID. You can see the Photoshop file and the image of that mockup. So go to Photoshop. So click on the open. This is our folder we extracted, and choose the Photoshop file. Okay, the file is open now. So go to layers, and this is the smart image. So you can see the little image icon over here. So double click on it, and I think we have to delete this folder, so I'm gonna delete this one. Now select your image that we exported. So drag this image into Photoshop and paste it on this blank screen. And you can see the image is pasted over here. Now save this image by using Ctrl S. And it is asking me place the file before saving, so click on the place. Okay, the image is placed now. Let's go to our original file, and you can see we have our mockup, but there is a problem. You can see there is a text, and I want to remove this text. So in the text, let's delete this one, and it is deleted now. Now let's export this image. Go to file and go to export. And you can choose export as, or you can quick export as a PNG. I'm going to click on quick export as a PNG, and let's save it into downloads and click on save. Let's go to download folder, and you can see our mockup. So let's open this one, and you can see this is how our mockup look like. So that's how you can create mockup inside Photoshop. And you can go to this website Freepik, and you can, if you want to use a desktop mockup, you can just search for it and just download the desktop mockup and import it into Photoshop, and all the process is the same. So that's how you can create mockups in Photoshop. So that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.